Sully, if we look at the Second World War, I wonder if we could try and look at that to see if our involvement in it could be used in regard to the just war theory.
Yeah, and I guess it's important to just remember that the just war theory is about how a war is declared and what happens in terms of the causes and the reasons for going to war. But it is very much about how the war is carried out as well, and how governments have planned that the war is gonna actually develop.
Okay, let's take it one at a time just to see whether or not it was just for the United Kingdom to go to war against Germany. So, number one, war must be declared by a government of a country.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true. That's the UK declared war on Germany. It was a legitimate authority in that case. It wasn't a time where we had to consider United Nations input. So I think we can pretty much say that one was met.
And did it, number two, did it have a just cause?
Yeah, it absolutely did. The Second World War was very much about the attacks that were taking place on our kind of allies, countries that we had existing treaties with, and it was about defending those countries.
Okay, and number three, did it have a just intention?
Yeah, so not only was it to bring about good for those allied countries, but also ultimately it was about removing Hitler from power.
Okay, and could you say everything had been tried? Was it the last resort?
Yeah, at that time, based on what was available, I think absolutely it was the last resort, and our Prime Minister at the time, Neville Chamberlain, had actually travelled to Germany to negotiate with Hitler, but unsuccessfully, it would seem.
Yeah, and number five, it must have a good chance of being successful in bringing about peace.
Yeah, I don't think anyone could have been 100% sure that we were definitely going to be successful, but certainly there were no clues that we were going to be likely to be unsuccessful. So I think pretty much that's a bit of a difficult one. I think that might have been a little bit more 50-50 at the time.
50-50, okay. And the last one, it must be in proportion.
Yeah, again, thinking back at when this happened, so particularly in terms of the start of the war, in 1939, the weapons that we used were absolutely in proportion to what was going on. Things may have happened later in the war that maybe confuses that issue, but certainly at the beginning of the war that would be met, yeah.
Okay, and therefore probably Christians would say in 1939 that when a decision was taken to go to war against Germany, it was actually the just decision to take.
Absolutely.